Every day in life, you go through a difficult time. Usually for me, this would be having too much homework or missing the school bus. But the worst one yet is that for the last 2 years, I have been stuck at home because of the global pandemic. Days become weeks and weeks become months. Over time, it just become too overwhelming for me. But then I realized something. It shouldn't be like this, and I need to get out of this space. And so I did. There were three fundamental things that I practiced to get out of this phase. And today, I'm sharing them with you guys. The first tip I'll give you is the most common advice of them all. Practice accepting your situation. While we all react to stressful events in different ways, many of us try to protect ourselves by refusing to accept the truth of what's happening. After all, by denying that you even experience a crisis, you can kid yourself that you still have some sense of control over what are usually uncontrollable events. In my case, I had to accept that there was nothing I could do to make the pandemic stop. Change is inevitable part of life, and many aspects of the changing world are outside of your control. You can't control the spread of a virus, right? While it can be tough to acknowledge, railing against events or circumstances outside of your control will only drain you of energy and leave you feeling anxious and hopeless. Accepting your situation, on the other hand, can free you up to devote your energy to the things that you have control over. You can't control how much homework your teachers give you for the upcoming weekend, but you can control how and when you're going to finish up the homework. Similarly, if a loved one is facing a life-threatening illness, you may have to renounce control to the medical expert, but you can still focus on providing your loved one with as much emotional support as possible. Next up, try to look for new meaning and purpose. It's easy to get overwhelmed by frightening headlines or consumed by the crisis you're facing. But whatever your circumstances, it doesn't have to define you as a person. You are not your crisis. By pursuing activities that bring purpose and meaning to your life, you can keep your problem in perspective, prevent them from overwhelming you, and maintain your identity. Everyone is different, so we all have different ways of experiencing purpose and meaning. Don't limit yourself with what others expect of you. Pursue activities that are important to you and add satisfaction to your life. In tough times, it's important not to cast aside interests that nourish your spirits. For example, your hobbies or interests. As for me, it was sketching and drawing. I have a bit of an artistic side of me, so these kind of things excite me and make me forget about the things that worry me. Whether it's playing a sport, caring for a pet, tending to your garden, or musical endeavor, continuing to draw pleasure from your pastime adds to your ability to cope with stress of difficult times. And finally, try to motivate yourself. An important part of coping with adversity and making it through tough times is to foster qualities of persistence and endurance. Tough times doesn't last forever, but by their nature, they're rarely over quickly. As you plot a road through darkness, you need to find a way to stay motivated and persevere. Deal with your problems one step at a time. If a problem is too big to deal with all at once, try breaking it down into smaller problems, more manageable steps. If your problem seems to have no possible solution, you can still take the action by drawing up a list, researching more about the subject, or seeking the advice of a trusted friend or loved one. Don't forget to celebrate small wins. You stay motivated and positive as you navigate stormy seas in life. Take a moment to savor your small successes. If you're looking for work, for example, getting an interview isn't as meaningful as landing a job, but it's a sign of progress, a step in the right direction. Noting these small wins can give you a welcome break from all the stress and negativity you're facing and encourage you to keep going. All in all, tough times will always come and go in your life. It is up to us how we handle and perceive every time it's struck. Being sad and overwhelmed is normal. However, To be stuck for a long time in that state is definitely not. Try to change it. Even with a small effort, will someday result in a great change. Whenever you're experiencing right now, remember, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. That's all from me, Haris Ruzaini, signing out. Thank you very much.